Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria and its aftermath. If you notice, or if you're an observer of Nigerian media, you will discover that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, has literally pocketed the Nigerian media, the traditional media, the print media, the broadcast media, that you hardly get true perspective of the views of Nigerians, of what is going on. Now, this thing didn't start now. In fact, it started before the election, where the media tolerated a lot of things from Tinubu. There were so many allegations. Even this issue of forfeiture of $460,000 to the United States government. The issue of discrepancies in respect of his origin, his birth, and everything. You didn't see none of that in the traditional media. He was so pampered and protected by the media. And you ask yourself, how did Tinubu manage to pocket Nigerian media? And what does it portend to Nigeria? And I will give you instances to show you that Tinubu right now, Nigerian media, traditional media are in the pocket of Tinubu. The only saving grace for Nigeria now, I will tell you later. But I will give you instances for you to know that if not for this intervention, you can call it a divine intervention, or the time that we are living in now. This country, you will never see anything negative written about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, unlike Obasanjo when he was president, unlike Goodluck Jonathan when he was president, unlike even Buhari when he was president, unlike Yaradua when he was president. Tinubu and his people may pretend to be lovers of democracy and the rule of law, but I can tell you for free, they are one of the most difficult people to work with. Because if you look at Nigeria right now, you will discover that Tinubu has really pocketed the media. Let me give you an example. Look at this oil subsidy that Tinubu removed. How many media houses in Nigeria have you seen talk about how Nigerians are suffering now? They are passing it off as if it doesn't matter. But if it was removed by somebody who is not media friendly, like Tinubu, who had literally captured Nigerian media, you will be hearing editorials will be firing every other day. They will be interviewing people on the street by radio houses, television houses, to understand how Nigerians are suffering. But you don't see any of those things in the media. How Nigerians are paying over 400% what they were paying before as transport. But they are now passing it off as a normal thing. We have to pass through it. Aswaju is doing wonderfully well. But the country is bleeding. The country is bleeding. People cannot move from one point to another. I'm telling you the truth. So you find out that the media in Nigeria are not scrutinizing what is happening. They don't care about the people again. All they care is that Aswaju is happy and everything must be done to maintain that his happiness, that he has arrived. But people are suffering. Salary of the minimum wage of 30,000 naira cannot take anybody home. Nobody is talking about it. But if this was done by Jonathan, Yaradua, or even Buhari. Because the reason why Buhari, even though he was the one that removed the fuel subsidy, he didn't want to be the one that will bear the consequence because he knows that people will suffer and people are really suffering. But are they reporting it in the media? They're not reporting how people are suffering in Nigeria. Go and check online, go and check offline, go and check the traditional media. They're not talking about how people are suffering to pay their children's school fees, how they are suffering every day to take children to school. It's so sad what we are passing through in Nigeria, all because the media have failed to do their work. That is the truth. Okay, look at what is happening in the court, in the election petition tribunal now. Are the media following it? Instead, they are slanting the stories, making it as if those in the court are wasting their time. But these are people that know, these media people, they know that elections are not over until the Supreme Court rule. But right now, they want the whole country to have the impression that the elections are over. It is now the turn of Tinubu, so nobody should bother about what is going on in the court. But the court is unearthing damning evidences that could annul the election of Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu in a decent country, in a country where they have rule of law and people fear God in the court, in the Supreme Courts and law enforcement officials. But nobody's writing about it. Nobody is scrutinizing it. Nobody is paying attention. What people are talking about is who did the Tinubu appoint? Does his cabinet contain more people from southwest or northeast or south or middle belt or whatever? But what is going on in the court there should be of interest because the elections are not yet over. But unfortunately, the media are not paying attention to it. They are not reporting it. And when they report it, they slant it against what is really happening. And that was why many of us, we did campaign that they should transmit the proceedings of the court live so that Nigerians can make their own judgment instead of allowing few media organizations to come and be telling Nigerians second-hand information of what happened in the court. And all this is because, like every other institution of the state, it appears that they are all in the pocket of Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's a very troubling situation, and I feel sorry for Nigerian media that they allow themselves at the fourth estate of the realm that they could not assert their authority to start from the outset to scrutinize what Tinubu is doing, and they're just giving him a pass. Everywhere you go now, he's been given a pass. He announced service chiefs. Oh, it's the best service chiefs arrangement Nigeria has ever seen. The best thing that has ever been done since sliced bread. He removed subsidy. Oh, it's the best thing, even though he wasn't the one that did it. Because initially, when he announced it on his swearing in, when there was an uproar, he said he did it. He wasn't the one that did it. It was Buhari that did it, and didn't provide a budget for it. But everybody was praising him. He is courageous. But when Jonathan wanted to remove it in 2012, Jonathan was a coward because the media were doing their job. They were scrutinizing whatever is happening. Now the media had gone to bed. They are literally in bed with the present government. And the danger is that the society will suffer for it. The country will suffer for it at the end of the day. Now, one other good thing about what is happening in Nigeria is that there is the social media. Like I said in the beginning, I said that is the beauty, that is the chain, the gift that God had given all Nigerians. In your various pockets, you have the power to disseminate information. You have the power to share information. Of course, it can be abused, but it had been fantastic If not for social media, Nigeria would not have had a candidate like Peter Obi. The traditional media would not have given him a notice. It was the social media, it was technology, it was science that saved Nigeria. Because we know how regimented it is to be heard in the Nigerian traditional media. But now your telephone, your handset has given you power. And that is what is saving Nigeria. And that is what will save this our democracy. And that is the only thing that will save our country. But I can tell you for free, if Supreme Court allow Tinubu to continue, I can tell you for free, the next target will be the social media. Go and write it down. Laws will be made and people will be clapping to clamp down the media. And because these people are already having the media in the pockets, the fourth estate of the realm, there will be no resistance. I feel sorry for Nigeria, but I think the international community, maybe that's when they will intervene to call them to order. But from what I'm seeing, these guys are intolerant people. Go and ask what they did to let Dokpesi, his AIT. Despite the fact that AIT and Ray Power fought against third term, fought against Abacha and everything else. And the people that knows the role of AIT, when they got to power, what did they do? One of the things they did was to deal with AIT, to rob its opportunity of surviving. Of course, AIT has been able to manage to survive. But I can tell you for free, they know that the power is in the hands of ordinary Nigerians and it's in the media. They are coming for the social media. And I can tell you for free, now that they have appointed a special advisor on revenue, I will not be surprised that social media users will be taxed. They will come up with taxes that will tax everybody on social media and remove this power that Nigerians have to hold their governments and their leaders accountable. It is troubling, but I can tell you for free that Nigerians have to be vigilant, because the media we know, the traditional media, are no longer as effective as they should be in calling government, in holding government accountable. The only authority now holding government accountable are the social media. But I can tell you for free, they will come for social media. Immediately the Supreme Court through, because right now, they will be targeting the next election. So immediately they are now free through Supreme Court ruling. Although there are many of them who believe that forget about the courts, matters are over. Okay? But those of us who believe in reality of life, that first of all, at least there's a Supreme Court. Until that Supreme Court rule, and after that Supreme Court ruling, I can tell you there is going to be a serious manipulation of the social media, so that the voices of dissent will be reduced significantly in this country. But we may say, the media may still save themselves if they realize that they should not allow themselves to be pocketed by one man, all in the name of special interest. We hope that they will think about the country, think about the future generations, and hold the government accountable, despite the fact that as what may be their benefactor or maybe one of their friends who supported them in the past or whatever. That is the thing that may change. The media may have a rethink, but it's doubtful if they will be able to do that, because already the media is battling to survive, and anybody who is battling to survive will look for money from everywhere just to survive. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.